So I'll throw out there first that the government really doesn't care about most people. And that's exactly the opposite of what all presidential candidates want you to believe. But the truth is that of the 300 million Americans that are out there, at least in the United States, the government really doesn't care about you. They care about the amalgam of groups. So they care about Democrats and Republicans. They care about conservative Idaho populations, and they care about the 17th district in Virginia, right? So they care about amalgams, but they don't care about individuals. And the same thing really applies to your privacy, because your privacy doesn't offer the federal government any kind of advantage. To know whether or not you're cheating on your taxes or cheating on your wife, or whether you got a fake military discount when you bought that, grill from Home Depot, they really don't care. Those types of infractions don't offer a substantive benefit to the federal government. It would cost more to send an FBI, to commit an FBI resource to investigate your fraudulent activity at Home Depot. It would cost more to the federal government than what they would ever be able to recoup back. And it's really hard to imagine, but the federal government really does have to work like a corporate entity. So they have to constantly be asking themselves, is it worth the resources to enforce the law? And if it's not worth the resources, they don't enforce the law. And as sad as it is, this is a big part of why you see so many school shootings. It's not worth the resources, right? That's how the federal government sees it. That's why they keep pushing it down to a state level issue, and the states keep pushing it down to a police district level, because nobody has a solution to fix this problem without spending an exorbitant amount of money and pissing off a lot of Americans in the process. So because of that, they kind of keep pushing the responsibility to somebody else. And you got to think like the federal government. They've got to try to use a limited budget, a tax dollar budget, and they have to choose how they prioritize that budget. The good news to that is that your privacy is not really of interest to the federal government. The bad side of that is that your privacy is very interesting. Your private information is extremely interesting to corporate America. They want to turn you as an individual into an amalgam of a target, right? So they care about your age, your spending habits, how much time you're online, what you watch on YouTube. They care about who your friends are in your network and how much money your friends make, because they can create an avatar out of you, and they can use that avatar to customize and target their product sets and their product lines. So your privacy is not interesting to the federal government. It is very interesting to corporate America. And the real reason that privacy is kind of an illusion these days, especially in the digital era, is because we oftentimes volunteer our private data in order to gain more convenience in a digital age. We connect our phones to our credit cards. We say yes to sharing our contacts between different applications, and the list goes on and on. We are essentially outsourcing our privacy to whatever digital platform.
If you like this short clip, make sure you click here to see the next clip, or here to see the full podcast episode.
Freedom! So fresh, so new.